Thank you for attending our session today. My name is Angela Donahue. I sit in marketing, and I'm here with my esteemed colleague, Ilya Buchstein, to talk to you about Microsoft Teams devices. We are going to have a lot of fun today, so pray to the demo gods, and we're going to be able to show you a lot of cool devices and demos. I'm going to start off with a provocative question. How many of you love meetings? Like, partners can't raise their hands. We have love meetings, and we thought very, very, very few of you. Our goal by the end of this session is to make you love meetings. Like when you get a meeting request, you're going to be like, yes. You're going to high five your colleague and say, oh, I got another meeting. Because you know you're going to have an amazing experience because it's a Teams meeting and because you're using a Teams certified device. We have actually built a very robust platform in Microsoft Teams and also for meetings. Teams has now evolved from a chat-based workspace into a complete meeting solution with audio conferencing, video sharing, collaboration, files, again, all in that one place, that true hub for teamwork. And you can do this in ad hoc meetings, group meetings in a channel, scheduled meetings, and so really allowing you to choose when and how you want to meet. And you can do these on the go and across browsers and, of course, across all the devices that you use. And we know many of you are using several different devices throughout your day. There are times, I'm sure, that I've seen unnatural things happening because you have meetings scheduled in rooms that you know just don't work. I've seen people bring pucks with them because they just know the in-room audio is not going to work. People are scheduling meetings ahead of the meeting that they have so that they can prepare for that meeting and make sure it's set up properly. And we don't want this to happen. You should just go into a room and it should just work. And so we've, along with our many partners, have built a portfolio of Teams certified devices that will allow you to access all the Teams great meeting features all across those meeting areas that you use, whether it's at your desk and in the meeting spaces. They are purpose-built. They are native experience that we co-engineered with our partners so that you're getting a true Teams experience for that space. And these are all Teams certified. We actually have independent labs where these devices are certified for quality in audio and video. And again, like I mentioned, these are across spaces. So in your personal day-to-day, whether you're using a headset, speaker puck, all the way up to those shared room experiences with Skype room systems. So I'm going to invite Ilya to talk more about our portfolio and show you some demos.
All right. Thank you, Angela. And good afternoon, everyone. We love our portfolio so much, we basically brought all of it here with us, testing the weight limits of this table. Our IT guys say, boy, room systems are kind of hard to set up. They take a while. I don't know what they're talking about. Greg and I set up a room system twice a day for the last 2 days, right here in about 30 minutes. So we feel very excited about our device portfolio. And the key thing here is our portfolio builds on the success we had with Skype for Business, but it has expanded tremendously. A year ago, we had one partner delivering room systems. Today, we have 6 partners delivering room systems with a variety of peripherals that really make our room systems suitable for every space, every room, huddle room to the boardroom. In about a month, we will have the world's 3 best conference room phones. For those rooms where maybe you're not quite ready for video experiences, all running our native Teams experience. For the first time in our history, literally the best conference room phones in the world run our Teams application. And we are incredibly proud of the partnerships we've had with our personal device partners, to where now we have everything from desk phones to a new category of mobile phone docking station to personal peripherals, all either running Teams or integrating deeply with Microsoft Teams. These devices will work in your Skype environments, but only these certified devices provide you a guaranteed, safe, Microsoft-supported path forward to Teams. And we're going to both tell you more about that and show you in the next hour. I want to start off by making two announcements about our partnerships that, again, we are just very excited about and very grateful for, frankly, to our partners. Many of you have told us that you like to have a single supplier relationship. You want to get all of your devices, from personal all the way to rooms, from one partner who will stand behind those devices and support them and work closely with you. And so today we are announcing two new full portfolio partners. First, Yealink. Sitting right here is Stone, their co-founder. An amazing partnership where Yealink has built up from delivering phones. Those of you that don't know, they're actually the #1 SIP phone supplier in the world. And now they will deliver a complete range of devices running Microsoft Teams. From desk phones to conference room phones to, at their booth and ours, you can see their new Skype room systems running, again, our application, our native experience. They bring a lot of deep background in high-end VTC optics, and they're also innovating in form factor. So in the middle there is an innovative new video phone for small rooms, phone rooms and such. It really takes our phone application, puts it on a 24-inch touchscreen, and makes that a great experience for any room where really you're within arm's reach. So great device to consider if maybe you were thinking of a Cisco DX80 in the past. You can come check that out in our booth in the phone section, and of course in Yealink's booth. Yealink phones are going to be available in Q4 of this year. That's the desk phone and the conference room phone. And then the VC200 video phone solution and their room systems are going to be coming early next year. So big thank you to Yealink for the partnership. The next full portfolio partner that I'm incredibly excited to announce is Crestron. We've been working deeply with Crestron for years, but they have invested a huge amount of effort, time, and money, and now have a complete portfolio. From desk phones to their award-winning Mercury conference room device to a full line of room systems. So they are delivering three solutions for room systems. One actually uses the Mercury, that's the one on the far left for you guys, uses the Mercury as the console and the audio device. So great for smaller rooms. The one in the middle uses a panel that I'm sure you're familiar with from Crestron. They make tons of them. So even a 7-inch, either a 7-inch or a 9-inch panel as the console. And then Crestron have announced their new Flex soundbar. I'll say the first time we tried it out, it was like being at a Van Halen concert. That thing has got some punch to it. Great new soundbar for front of room form factor with an integrated camera. So Crestron at this conference announced a partnership with Hudley, where they're using the new just released Hudley IQ camera in that soundbar and with the Mercury package. And then of course Crestron is known for delivering the most complex rooms in the world, the integrated rooms, and now they can do that with a native Teams experience, partnering or delivering that with a DSP, in-ceiling audio, and high-end cameras. We are incredibly grateful for the partnership and excited to now have Yealink and Crestron as complete portfolio partners, one-stop shops for those of you that are interested in that kind of vendor relationship. And I would encourage you to take a look in our booth and theirs at these new systems. Now, one of the other questions we often get is, how do we know what devices are really supported by Microsoft? How do we find the right device? And also at this conference, we announced a new Certified for Microsoft Teams certification and a new website marketplace that lets you find the right device and even purchase it if you'd like. So first of all, huge thank you to our partners and to all of you who've purchased these. We have millions of certified for Skype for Business devices being shipped every year. Those devices are independently tested in labs to deliver the highest quality audio and video performance. And they will all work with Microsoft Teams. What we're doing with the Certified for Microsoft Teams program is building on top of the SFB program. So all of the same high bar for audio and video, but we're adding integration directly into Teams. So these peripherals will have dedicated invocation and notification buttons or experiences that will tell you when you have a meeting starting that you can join with one touch, or you've missed a voicemail, and you can see that very visually. And I'll demonstrate that in a minute. We have these new devices coming in calendar year 19, and the one place to go to find them all is our new marketplace. So I'm short. I'm going to have to stand on my tiptoes to see it. And this way. Come on. There we go. So this is the actual site. You can scroll down, see different examples of devices, and you can even shop for devices. We're going to be enhancing this site ongoing. We're going to be adding capability of looking by space, giving you a lot of guidance. But, you know, I can just start off by finding the category I want. Okay, so I'll go, I love room systems. I'll go buy me a room system here. And I can, for example, search by brand and say, hey, I'm really looking for kind of a small room. Do that. And there's my Crestron bundle. And if I want to, I can actually whip out a credit card and buy it right there. So you're going to see all the devices that I'm talking about here added to this marketplace very soon. This is the one-stop shop to go to if you want to find our supported, certified devices that we stand behind that give you a guaranteed path to Microsoft Teams. And like I said, you can buy them through your channel or buy them right there on the marketplace. So I invite you to check that out today. Now, let's dive into the actual device categories. And the first device category I want to talk about is peripherals. So I've kind of already given away the surprise, but I'll dwell a little bit more on it. Building on the success of Skype for Business certified devices, we will add Teams notification and invocation to these. So as an example, you see the very well-known Jabra 710. How many of you have tried a Jabra 710? Lot. Okay. Hopefully you'll agree. Great audio. We're adding a button. That button will light up if you have a missed call in Teams. It will flash if you have a meeting about to start. And if you press it, you go right to the meeting join screen. And if you hold down that button, shortly in the future, in calendar year 19, you will be able to invoke voice skills in Teams powered by Cortana. So you'll be able to say things like, call Angela and Dave, and complete your most common tasks quickly and naturally. We're going to deliver the same integration on a wide variety of peripherals, both with Teams Mobile and Teams PC. The one I called out there, it's Dave, our GM of Partner Engineering, it's his favorite. These are the first certified wireless, fully wireless earbuds. So coming from Jabra, I'll show you a close-up of them. I have them right here. They're the 65T, and they're the first fully wireless earbuds to meet our high bar for audio. And I have to tell you, I've tried them all. I've got AirPods, I've got Bang & Olufsen, I've got these. Man, these kick butt for audio. These are gonna, when you're on the go, these are quickly gonna become your favorite small battery case, awesome audio. And they will also, over time, get the same notification integration with Teams. When you're at your desk, we have two categories of devices depending on your preference. This here is actually the same Yealink phone that you see on the screen. It's actually my phone from my desk in Redmond, logged into my account. So if my wife calls me, you'll see it. For those that like having a fixed network-connected phone, this new generation of phones from Yealink, Crestron, and Audio Codes actually runs our full Teams experience. So it's really much more than a phone. Yes, you can quickly make phone calls. Yes, you can quickly join meetings. But I really use it as a desktop companion. I keep my meeting schedule up at all times. I join meetings and see the content on that while I'm working on something else on my PC. And because it is the native Teams application, it will continue to get all of the capabilities that we're adding to Teams, which is a long roadmap, as Angela discussed, but it will continue to get enhancements to meetings, voice skills, PowerPoint on the phone, viewing in meetings. So it really just becomes that rich companion. We also know, though, that there are many workers who are mobile first, who use a mobile phone, and when they're at their desk, they want to see this be a desk phone-like appliance. And so for those, we've created a new category with our partners of mobile phone docks. The first of these is the Elara from Plantronics, and it transforms your mobile device into a desktop communications companion. It includes wireless Qi charging, of course, a great speakerphone, dial pad, and then modular accessories that include a headset or a handset module or an ear set module. So really everything you need for communications, as well as that Teams button for close integration with Teams. So if you navigate away from the Teams app, you can bring it back up with just one touch. And I'll show you that in a minute. The same personal phone application that we're bringing to desk phones is also coming to the conference room. And the first 3 conference room phones that will have the native Teams application are truly the 3 best quality room phones in the world. The Crestron Mercury, the Polycom Trio, and the Yealink CP960. These phones don't only deliver fantastic audio quality, but again, they run the Teams application, so they will get quickly all of the additional capabilities as we add them to Teams, including voice skills. We're very excited about all of these as devices that we know will help you have better meetings and calling, especially as you move towards Microsoft Teams. So with that, what I'm going to do is just show you a quick demo of the personal devices. And we were trying to figure out how do you best show all these devices. We had a wolf cam that we were trying to move around. But I'm actually going to do that in a way where we're going to use my personal mobile phone. So this is my phone. If anyone messages me, it'll pop up. You can see I'm in my meetings tab. And I'm actually going to go ahead and join our demo meeting. And I'm going to do that on my Rigel as well, on my room system. So I'll talk more about this in my next demo. But I've got a room system here. And what I'll do is show you the room system screen. And from my mobile device actually becomes a full meeting companion. So not only can I join the meeting, but I can do things like share a file. So right in Teams, I'm going to say, maybe there's a photo I want to share. So here's one that my wife just sent me right before this presentation. There's my son this morning. Isn't he cute? So I can share a photo. But perhaps more interestingly, I can share live video as content. So I'm going to start video sharing. I'm actually going to unplug, no lifeline, and Angela has volunteered to be my camera person, and that's how I'm going to show you the devices. Much better than a wolf cam, right? Yeah, you can clap. There you go. That's pretty cool. You know, I'm using it to show these devices, but man, in a meeting room, when you want to show a whiteboard, have people see what you're seeing, this is so incredibly valuable. So we'll start off at the phone. So this is the Yealink. Crestron, Yealink audio codes, again, will be the first 3 coming out. So this is the Yealink T58. Great phone, great audio. But what I'm most excited about, see if we can get the best angle here, is that it's running Teams. And so I can see my meeting schedule. I can join a meeting with one touch. I can see my calls. And I can see, hey, Greg here has been trying to get a hold of me. I've been incommunicado. I can give him a call with one touch, put it up on speaker, and hopefully he'll pick up. I don't know, he looks kind of tuned out there at the front. There he goes. Hey, okay, so you can see it's real. Code works. So this is the easiest phone to work with in the world, but it's also going to be some of the most advanced phones in the world because all of the Microsoft Teams Cloud PBX, Cloud Phone System capabilities are coming to this app, just like they are to our mobile app. Shared line appearance, group call pickup, all of those coming very quickly to both the Teams mobile application and our new desk phones. I said I would talk about the mobile dock. Here it is. This is the Plantronics Elara, let me see if I get the branding right, 60 series, I think. Don't blame me if I got that wrong. Beautiful. I love this. We have so much excitement about this because it's got a fantastic Qi wireless charger. I'll pick up the phone. So Qi wireless charger charges the phone standing up or rotated if you want to get a video view. The stand is actually adjustable. So you don't get that up the double chin video angle that some of us older guys worry about. You know, you can adjust it. It's got a secondary display, just like, say, in a car kit where you get your caller ID, so forth. Has a full dial pad, and then it has my Teams button. So one press of the Teams button, if I navigate it away, boom, Teams comes up. This is the same button that would light up if I missed a voicemail, light up if I had a meeting that was about to start, and I hold it down to trigger voice skills. Super tight integration, designed for and built right for Teams. The next personal device I want to show you is that Jabra 710 we talked about, but this is the Teams edition. So there's that Teams button that I mentioned. Now, I'm running my Microsoft Teams account, so if Greg can give me a quick call, all these devices are going to start ringing, so don't worry, that was planned. Here it comes. Every device is ringing. I could actually answer. Uh-oh, we stopped sharing. Oh, because we have a call. So you can decline the call. Here we go. So, in a second, maybe I shouldn't have declined the call. Had I missed that call, this button, you could try again and we could stop. This button would be flashing, and with one touch, it would take me right to the missed calls area. Oh, he's calling again. Oh, there it goes. It's flashing. Okay, you got it? And boom, missed call. There we go. Missed call from Greg. Super simple integration. Thank you. Okay, last but certainly not least, this is just so you can see that they're real in person. These are my Jabra 65Ts in their battery case. This is how small they are. Fit super well in the ear, lock in, super easy to carry with you, and man, the audio quality is great. The first truly wireless earbuds to meet our high quality bar for audio and video. Or audio, I should say. Video would be amazing. So, invite you to try these out. Okay. You can stop presenting. Good, thank you. And we will go back to slides for a couple of minutes. So let's switch tracks to meeting rooms. And, I wanted to start off by just talking a little bit about the trends that we're seeing. And so you can understand where we're coming from in our product. So first of all, what we hear from many of you is that video is now becoming democratized. It is no longer just the domain of a very few very expensive Tandberg VTC rooms. Depending on which analyst you talk to, the predictions are that somewhere between 40 to 60% of all business rooms will get video by 2022. That's up from 10% today. That's a ton of work for all of you to deploy new video systems, but it's really going to transform the culture and working style of your organizations. Now, what's driving that shift? Well, of course, the nature of work, working more closely in teams across organizations, from home, being mobile. It really ups the value of seeing the person on the other end of a meeting. But the enabling factors that make it possible for you to deploy all those room systems is the change in the technology. The shift away from proprietary cameras, proprietary connectors, proprietary systems that take 7 years to depreciate and pay off, towards what we think of as PC-based systems with USB peripherals, cameras and audio, systems that are easy to deploy and manage. We hear a lot that these are the systems that are growing. In fact, again, depending on the analysts you read or talk to, the traditional VTC market is shrinking single digits every year in run rate, while the PC-based market is growing high double digits annually in terms of run rate. Essentially, all the new rooms that are being deployed for video are in this PC-based technology model. The last part of that is that these PC-based systems tend to be service attached. Whether it's us or Blue Jeans, Google, the room system decision is being made more and more by IT, depending on the cloud service for meetings that your organization selects. So really, the high order decision becomes, what do we use for our communications collaboration service? Do we use Office 365 and therefore Microsoft Teams? And based on that, what are the devices that deliver the best Microsoft Teams experience for my rooms? And the only devices that will deliver a native, high-quality Skype and Teams experience are Skype room systems. Rooms that actually run our media stack, our application. Those are the rooms that will get your meeting started in a minute, that will not require user training for the experience because we've purpose-built it for the meeting room, that will scale from the huddle room. Is my mic out? I hear someone coming up. Is it just really? Those brand new batteries, man. All right. I hate using these. I will try. This? Really? Untethered? Okay. Sorry. I apologize. Talk amongst yourselves. You're going to pull that right off me, man. Okay. Promise? Okay. I'll just twirl this while I talk. So the only room systems, as I was saying, that scale to any room size, provide a super simple, easy to learn experience, and can be set up twice a day in 30 minutes and are built for you to be able to deploy, manage, and scale across your organizations are Skype room systems. We have invested in our Skype room systems ecosystem to make sure we have the solutions you need based on your preferences, your purchasing styles and channels. So we have a fantastic partner in the peripherals ecosystem with Logitech. If you like to deal with PC makers, our two new PC-based systems are from HP and Lenovo. This is the HP one I'm using here. We've had fantastic experiences with Lenovo. If you're interested in the deep room control, building control, IoT experience that Crestron brings, their new Flex line is a natural solution. And then, of course, many of you still deal with the traditional AV channel where Yealink and Polycom are incredibly strong. All right, one more mic switch, like Beyonce here. Should I keep using this one until you do some magic? No? Okay. How's that? Is that better? Nope. He's jogging. We'll get there. Here he comes. Almost. It's kind of fun. How's that? Good? Better? No? Nope. No? Yes? I see a thumbs up. Okay, I'm going to assume it's good. So we have the channels, the ecosystems, the partners covered that you have asked for. But we do realize that many of you have existing VTCs, and we're not saying you need to throw those away. So we have also invested in cloud video interop solutions from 3 partners, BlueJeans, Pexip, and Polycom, that are built to enable any VTC to join Skype for Business and Teams meetings. Polycom has been out with their video interop solution for Skype for Business for about a year, and at this conference they announced the GA of the Teams version of that solution. So now you can use Polycom to connect to Skype for Business or Teams meetings. BlueJeans and Pexip will be GAing their solutions in Q4. So your choice of vendors to get all of your non-native legacy VTC systems. Uh-oh, I see him coming back with a mic. That's not good. To get your VTCs into our meetings. And I've got a couple of announcements for this ecosystem that I wanted to make, but I have a feeling I'm going to wait until I get that handheld. Not working? Okay. No problem. All right, so aside from cloud video interop, in our ecosystem of native devices, there are a couple of very exciting announcements that we're making jointly with our partners at this show. The first, from our partner Logitech, is their Rally system. Now, they've had their Rally camera out for a little while. I don't know how many of you have had a chance to try it. It is an amazing camera, 4K sensor, really great optics. You're going to see it in action here in a few minutes on the remote end. At this show, they've added the audio part to the Rally system. So it scales from having 1 front-of-room speaker, 1 satellite mic, to 2 front-of-room speakers and up to 7 satellite mics, all with very straightforward cabling, field terminatable Cat cabling, so you can really do that cabling suited to the room, get it all working. We have it in our booth. Of course, they have it in their booth. Highly encourage you to check it out. Now, there are going to be some rooms that are just too big to have audio at the table or even front of room. And for those rooms, such as our own executive boardroom, we have partnered with Shure and Sennheiser and are now working on certifying their sound tile solutions. We have standardized on this for all of our executive rooms internally, and as we rebuild our campus, some of you may have read about that, we are going to put these sound tiles into every large and above room. So we're really going to we're going to clean up the table, and the audio from these things is amazing. These really can pick up a whisper from the corner of a room with just amazing clarity. So this is what our CEO, Satya, and his SLT in the boardroom every Friday all day. They use a system with a Polycom Eagle Eye Director 2 camera, one of our SRSs, and 1 tile for the whole boardroom. Now, the other thing that we are announcing is cloud device management. So our devices have been built for you to manage with tools you already have. For example, with room systems at Microsoft, we are deploying, managing, and monitoring today 2,500 rooms, all remotely with 2 people effectively. And we're doing that using tools that were already in place to manage Windows. Group policy, remote PowerShell, OMS for monitoring, SCCM. But many of you have said, as you're going into a cloud-only world, as you're moving to fully cloud, you'd like cloud-based device management. And so that is what we're delivering. As part of the new Teams Admin Center, we will have integrated cloud-based device management. We will start by managing phones. That's coming in Q4. Then in Q1, we will add management for room systems and eventually all the way out through to personal peripherals. This is all building off of Intune and the Intune agent for enrollment, but all within the Teams portal that you're going to use to manage your overall Teams communication environment. And you can see here on the slide the core capabilities that we will be delivering to every Teams device. So with that, what I wanted to do is actually jump ahead and demo our room systems, which will be fun with a handheld mic. So I will switch back. And what I'm showing you here is the front of room screen from our room system setup here. So this is an HP. The first room system that we have with a detachable console. We like to joke that the cable relief on this, you can kind of lasso the console, no problem. This is the HP unit here. They actually ship this in a version with audio and without audio. So this is the new version without audio. Pairs really well with the Logitech meetup that we have. So I'll go ahead and join a meeting. And what I wanted to do is, instead of me continuing to talk, I actually wanted to have one of our first and largest customers tell you a little bit more about their room systems deployment. So with me here from Redmond, I want to introduce Matt Hempy. Matt has been an amazing partner for us in the Microsoft Core Services Engineering organization, and he is on point for all of the meeting rooms that Microsoft has today, 7,500 of them that are above a small room size, and he's going to tell you a little bit more about our experience with SRS. I also want to introduce the room that he's in. So that is one of our executive rooms, using a sound tile, you can see it right above his head, using a Crestron room system, and using a Logitech Rally camera. And the camera resolution on that has been, we've been just incredibly happy. So Matt, welcome, thank you for being here, and why don't you tell us a little bit more about your SRS experience?
Thanks, Ilya. Well, it's great to be here and great to be at this point talking about our strategy and progress in making the meeting experience better here at Microsoft. We've been working for many years to drive improvement in meeting experience, and what we've been able to do with the Teams room system and our team strategy has really finally addressed some of the underlying pain points that really drive dissatisfaction in meetings. So I'll share with you today a little bit about what I think makes that strategy so effective here and how we're rolling that out at Microsoft. So as Ilya mentioned, first of all, the room that we're in is one of my favorites here on campus. And the reason that I love it is for what you don't see in the room. You don't see cables on the table. You don't see extra peripherals and audio and all of that stuff. You've got a very clean ceiling mic built in, a gorgeous camera at the front of the room, and a beautiful Crestron room system sitting in the center of the table. And this is a fantastic experience, finally getting away from the clutter that so many conference rooms have. Another thing you don't see is any cables connecting to my laptop. So when I'm projecting, I'll be doing that over Teams, and it shows up in the room there just fine without me having to have ever connected any cables. And we know that's one of not only our primary pain points for users, as well as it's one of our most significant sources of tickets and issues. So let me tell you a little bit about how we're planning to do the rollout here at Microsoft. So we set ourselves about a year ago an ambitious goal to get 100% of our conference rooms at Microsoft worldwide equipped with room systems. And we set ourselves that goal for the middle of 2020. And that's a big goal because we have 14,800 rooms at Microsoft worldwide. So we were taking a bet on this technology and a significant dependency on Ilya and his team making sure that we had this great experience. So I'm delighted today to kind of show you the progress of where we're at. So this is a graph of our Puget Sound room system progress. Can you see it there in the room? Okay.
Yes, we can.
Yeah.
And I'm actually going to use our layout feature to make it full screen for everyone here.
So we started back in Q4 of 2017 deploying room systems across Puget Sound. And today we're about 1/4 away from completing 100% of conference rooms in Puget Sound. So by the end of the calendar year, we'll have achieved that. And what's significant is how we have gotten that done in 2.5 years. Typically at Microsoft, we deploy, we update our room systems with we update our conference rooms with new technology at a rate of once every 4 years, so 25% a year. But with the room system strategy, we're able to take a room system and add it to an existing room without redoing all of the surrounding AV. And so we've been able to significantly accelerate the rollout at a fraction of the cost of what it would have taken to really bring that experience in our standard refresh cycle. So this is amazing news for the employees at Microsoft. They can go around and count on a consistent experience wherever they go. And for us, this is not just a problem of getting the right experience, it's a problem of supporting the right experience. One of the things that I love about the room system strategy is how it brings manageability and monitoring to the room in a way that we've never seen before. Previously, we've relied heavily on employees reporting and telling us what's wrong. When you're supporting 3,000 to 5,000 rooms in Puget Sound, you simply don't have the text to go and scan every room every day. But that, in the end, leads to a lot of underreporting of issues. So with the room system, we're actually able to scan for things like cable disconnects and go to the room and fix those issues before anyone sees them. And over the past year, we've actually seen a really astounding quantitative result here. We've seen 50% drop in tickets reported by employees at the company to us telling us something is wrong, and about at least a 2 to 3x increase in the number of issues we're able to fix proactively. So that means fewer employees are seeing issues and more issues are being addressed. And that's exactly what we want to achieve. And that's showing up in our net satisfaction. Over the last year, we've seen what was a very flat over time trend for satisfaction amongst employees with their meetings dramatically take an up and to the right pivot, and now we're seeing a significantly higher NSAT overall as we survey employees every other month here at Microsoft. So it's one thing to look at charts and graphs. It's another to actually see the rooms that we actually are deploying, give you a sense of what these rooms look like. And what I love about a room system is the ability to take the same single experience with Teams and bring it to every type of conference room, from small to large, from low price points at scale to high price points for our top executives and customer patients. And so this is a standard conference room. We have these all over campus, and this is the typical experience that you'll find walking into one of our conference rooms today. Notice clean environment, beautiful video conferencing, another view of a similar room. You get a gorgeous full screen video. The remote attendee can see you in the room. And we're bringing this experience to every employee every day as they go through the course of their meetings. We're also able to scale up and deploy that same experience in our largest rooms, our multi-purpose rooms. Here we're using, again, the Crestron room system, and that has the associated room controls that let us drive all the AV in this complicated room setup. And we deploy this to all of our largest rooms. And then finally, we're able to dress up the room systems even more and bring a really premium experience to our executives. This is an executive conference room where we've deployed the two-screen format and provides an absolutely gorgeous remote experience for people dialing in that will see and be seen at the same time. And finally, the one I'm most proud of on campus is this is Satya's boardroom. So this is where our senior leadership team spends at least a day a week working on issues and where the board meets when they come. And this, again, is driven by that exact same room system and Teams experience. In this room, we have the same ceiling, audio, the same panel, this time driven by Lenovo. We have a two-screen setup, and we have a Polycom Eagle Eye Director that actually has two cameras that zoom around the room and find the person talking and switches between active speakers. So it's an absolutely wonderful experience for the board and really transformative in their ability to involve senior leadership members that aren't going to be in the room when they need to be part of the meeting. So that's a brief overview of what we're doing here at Microsoft. Again, thanks to the Teams team for just bringing all of this together for us to be able to achieve this for our employees.
Matt, thank you for your partnership, first of all. It really is a massive deployment of thousands of rooms, so thank you for the bet. Now, one thing I wanted to share with you is I know Matt tells me all the time that the nature of meeting rooms is changing. There are many, many more rooms, especially as we rebuild our campus, that will not be schedulable. There are ad hoc rooms where an employee has to come in, grab the room really quickly, and get their meeting up on that room. And so Matt has been really pushing the team and saying, hey, Ilya, what are we going to do about that? And shipping in October, at least in preview, we'll see when it gets to GA ring, we will have our new proximity-based bring your own meeting experience. And so I wanted to give you just a little bit of an overview of that. And I'm actually sharing this PowerPoint from my phone. I'm going to go ahead and advance it. So this is room system room, slightly different front of room experience. So you can see there's some extra text on the bottom that says, hey, you can bring your own meeting to this using proximity-based sharing or proximity-based meeting join. So in Teams, if I go ahead and hit join on a meeting, here this is on a PC, we'll have the same thing on mobile. I get our pre-join screen with just a little bit extra. So bottom right, you'll see join and add a room. And when we detect that you are in a room using Bluetooth beacons, when we detect that with high confidence, we'll say, hey, you happen to be in this room. Do you want to go ahead and just join? And that's all you have to do. You hit that, it will pull the room into the meeting, and your PC still joins in content-only mode. No more audio howling. You don't have to hurry to switch off the mics and speakers. Your personal device is your companion. Thank you. Yes. It's only been, half a decade, but we think we've got it. So now, what if you don't know the room with high confidence? Well, we can still use the same UX to let you actually find a room. So you can go ahead, type in a room, choose it from a list, select it, and quickly join and add the room without having to go find add participant, and it's just from that same UX. And the result is you will get what we call a nudge notification on the console that says Ilya is asking this room to join. For security, someone on the console has to hit yes. And again, the room joins with full audio video. Your personal device joins in content-only mode as a companion. So Matt, I know you're pretty excited about this one, right?
I've been waiting for this one for a long, long time. This is absolutely the number one pain point with our users, to walk into a room and easily be able to bring whatever meeting they have into that room. And so this feature I can't emphasize how big a deal this is going to be for our employees. I'm really, really excited to roll it out.
And when Matt says he can't emphasize it enough, he's underselling himself, because he does emphasize how important it is to us in our weekly meeting over and over, and we got you, man. We will deliver it. So we're very excited about this feature. Matt, thank you again. Really appreciate the partnership, and hopefully that was interesting to all of you as an example of a great large-scale deployment. With that, we'll say goodbye. Thank you again, Matt. Come on, there we go. There we go. All right, so a couple of more interesting developments in room systems that I wanted to mention. One is Windows collaboration displays. So we announced with a couple of partners in June that we would have this new category of displays coming out. So these are multi-touch, ink-enabled displays. They will have integrated mics and speakers certified to our bar, and then additional IoT sensors for motion, temperature, and so forth. Now, these are great for open spaces, and by the way, for all of those leaving, you're going to miss out. You're going to miss out on some stuff. I'm just telling you. Okay, I warned you. So these will be great for spaces where you want to bring your PC, connect it with one cable, and use your PC on a big touch screen. But also, I am excited to announce that we will be bringing front-of-room touch, ink, and whiteboarding support to Skype room systems in calendar year 19. So you will be able to connect these up to your Skype room system, and in Teams, use the Microsoft Whiteboard for collaborative editing right in your room. You'll be able to use any ink touch display, but these WCDs are going to be a great certified ink touch and integrated AV solution. We are also working very hard to upgrade every device that you have to also support Teams meetings. So for those of you with Surface Hub, we have already released an update available as a Windows update and in the App Store that supports Teams meetings. If you haven't tried it, try it now. Great experience. And of course, the Surface Hub 2S that was announced at this show coming in calendar year 19 will have that same Teams meeting experience. We also know that many of you have the first generation of our room systems, Link room systems, or otherwise known as SRS V1. Now, these systems will be out of support next month in October. And we have been working very hard with our partners to breathe new life into these systems and get you an upgrade path. And I will say that the partnership from Crestron on this has been amazing. Crestron have put in a ton of work, and they are actually going to deliver multiple paths forward for all of you. For those of you that have Crestron RL2 systems, there's an upgrade kit called the RL3 that is sort of everything you need in a box. The really hard part about upgrading these systems is the HDMI ingest. The first generation used a different technology that we can't make work. So Crestron actually have a USB to HDMI adapter and a complete image with their drivers and firmware on a thumbstick, plug it in, re-image the device, and it becomes an SRS V2. I will say, you know, this is a lot of stuff to get right. We were kind of worried about this. We got these kits in for testing, and they have been working flawlessly, thanks to Crestron's engineering. And we are therefore very excited about these. They should be available for all of you mid-October. So if you have RL2 systems, highly encourage you to talk to Crestron about the RL3 kit. Crestron also are offering a trade-in program for the smart LRS systems. So a very attractive program where the PC part of that will be replaced by a new Crestron SRS V2 at very attractive pricing. Great way to still utilize the displays, camera, audio, while really making this a new system. We have been discussing an upgrade kit with Smart. We don't have anything to say about that yet. I would say if there are those of you in the audience who are interested in getting an upgrade kit from Smart similar to the RL3, I would encourage you to contact Smart and make sure they know that that's something you will really want as part of the maintenance that you're paying them, and we will continue to discuss that with them. Now, another question I get a lot is, what about XYZ device? What about Starleaf saying their devices are native Teams or some other device? And so I want to proactively answer that question very simply. If it's not certified, we can't support it. And it's not that we don't want to. It is just not possible in a cloud-based world. There is no way for these vendors who build their own media stacks, their own experiences, to keep up as we move very quickly to improve our media stack. You know, we sometimes ship multiple releases of our media stack a week in the cloud. And so when any vendor, Starleaf, whoever else, I think it was great that they renamed their devices Teamline. Teams seems to be a very popular name for devices these days. When they say it runs Teams, if it doesn't run our room system software, it's not a certified supported device, whether that's Starleaf or Life-Size or the Polycom Trio Visual Plus kit. These are not devices running our media stack and our software. We are working with Polycom to provide a path forward to native experiences for Trio, but I just really want to emphasize, if it's not certified, if it's not running the experience I showed you, you're just not going to have a great, you may be happy day 1, you're not going to be happy day 10, day 20, day 30 with these systems. Okay, very last thing before we start taking some questions is the other question I get, which is what's coming next? So you guys know this is streaming, right? All the guys taking pictures. So you should have a recording. So we are sharing our roadmap. We want to deliver a roadmap you can count on. So I am being highly confident of some of the things here in Q4. And then I'm giving you a half of a calendar year in calendar 19. In Q4, for personal devices, we will deliver our device management portal and our advanced PBX capabilities that I talked about, 911 support from the lock screen, shared line appearance, etc. We will also deliver, many of you have asked for the conference room phones. I want to sometimes use them as a USB peripheral to my laptops. We will deliver that. For shared devices, room systems, we will deliver bring your own meeting, proximity-based that I just showed you. We will, in October, deliver dual displays in Teams meetings. It's one of the few things we don't have yet in Teams that Skype for Business does. We will deliver dual content display. Many of you have asked for that. When you just plug in, you want to see the same content on both displays. One of the things I did when I hung up on the meeting, I had a dialogue that said, rate this call. How was your quality? How many stars would you give it? We're going to deliver the same thing on room systems so we can get the telemetry to understand where there are issues, if any. Another very popular one, auto password rotation. We'll deliver that for these systems in Q4. The mobile meeting companion functionality, we will continue to build on that. And we will have the Microsoft whiteboard in Teams in Q4, and we'll deliver viewing mode on SRS. Building on that, we will be delivering voice skills powered by Cortana across Teams and our devices in calendar year 19. In personal devices, we have a slew of Microsoft certified Teams devices coming, new form factors, new devices with the button. And then probably the biggest thing we've been asked for on desk phones is make the desk phone work even better together with Teams on my laptop. So we will deliver lock unlock via PC, PC companion mode, and then more advanced capabilities on these phones, including video and meetings, channels, and activity support. For room systems, we will include room systems in our device management portal. We'll have a slew of new devices, form factors, and peripherals, and then a couple of items many of you have asked for. Camera controls right in our application, so you never need one of these. You never need a remote anymore. On-console PowerPoint control for Teams meetings. More video layouts, 3x3 at least, instead of just 2x2. And as I mentioned earlier, support for ink touch displays, so your Skype room system can be a great audio-video system, but also a great whiteboarding collaborative system. So we have an exciting roadmap. I encourage you to start today, and there's no better way to get started than to keep an eye out on our new marketplace, the one-stop shop for seeing devices we stand behind and support with our partners, and where you can find the right device for your space, your needs. And with that, I'll hand it back to Angela. Are we? Do you have another? You've got another one of those. So we've got about 10 minutes for questions. I will say, don't leave. We have some special gifts for all of you, but we'll do 10 minutes of questions if you want to come on up to a mic, and we'll start right here.
2 questions. We're testing the room system.
Yes.
Can the same room system use for both Skype and Teams at the same time?
Yes. Great question. I should have said that easily. Skype room systems are the only room systems that have both Skype for Business and Teams built in. So on the console, you'll see some meetings with a little Teams symbol, some with a Skype for Business symbol. They can join both meetings, no problem.
Okay. The second question is, to manage the room system, should we join the room system to the domain, or AD join, or AAD join, or not join?
Yeah, great question. These room systems, looking forward a little bit to Q1, can be managed in 3 ways. One way is unmanaged. Plug it in, let it update itself from Woo and the App Store. I would say that's more for smaller organizations. The second path is enterprise managed. Join to your domain, use group policy, set up rings, use SCCM or PowerShell. That's how Microsoft is doing it for our 7,500 rooms. The third way is coming in Q1, cloud managed. So use that management portal I showed you, the agent based on Intune, use that to deliver updates, see status, etc. Those are the 3 choices. Depends on your company size.
Thank you.
Sir, you were second there.
Yeah, I want to go back to the discussion about the device compatibility.
Yes.
With Teams. My understanding, correct me if I'm wrong, is that the new audio device OS must be Android, and the video must be Windows 10. And you were saying that the legacy Skype for Business endpoint will work with Teams. But if those are not, let's say, Android-based for the phones and cannot be upgraded and run the Teams stack on top of Android, when you're saying they will work, does that mean that, yeah, you will get the audio, but you won't be experiencing the native Teams experience? And for the video, does that mean that you have to go through the video interrupt?
So I want to make sure to understand your question. I heard one question was about phones, and another question was about room systems, correct?
Correct.
Okay. So for phones, your existing Skype for Business certified phones, what are known as 3-pip phones, will work with Microsoft Teams calls and meetings. They do that through a cloud gateway that we built and operate. They will have the same level of Skype for Business online capability that they had. They will not get any of the new Microsoft Teams advanced capabilities called Cloud PBX systems, etc. The new capabilities come in the Microsoft Teams application on Android phones. And so those phones are the Yealink, the Crestron, audio codes, and then the Polycom Trio is upgradable, same with the Yealink CP960 and the Mercury. For room systems, only Skype room systems will have the experiences I talked about. So the only room systems we know of that were native Skype for Business room systems were either Skype Room Systems V1 or Skype Room Systems V2. V2, we upgrade the hardware, those are awesome. Or sorry, the software, I should say. V1, you have to do a hardware upgrade, that's the kit we talked about, the RL3 kit, so forth. Does that answer your question?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Sir, you were next.
Real quick, piggybacking on the question about Skype room systems, I assume Surface Hub falls under the same category of
Yes.
You put Teams on it, you can still do Skype or Teams.
Correct. Sorry, that's a very good point. Surface Hub, you can do Skype for Business, you can do Teams.
My original question was, you guys are talking about the way you manage your conference rooms. You showed your medium room and your board rooms. Do you guys publish like a guidance or any kind of information on how you outfit your rooms, or
Yes.
the methods with which you upgrade? We're about to undertake a pretty large.
So sitting 1, 2, 3, 4 rows behind you there is the team. Lift up your hand, Sam, Irina, Dave. So that is our partner engineering team. That's the team that's going to be making sure our customers are successful with their rooms deployments. Irina actually hired the guy who set up the Microsoft system for managing and monitoring rooms. So they will be doing a bunch of guidance and other work to publish that, including in the marketplace, which Albert just made sure I remembered. Albert is in that same team. In the marketplace, very soon, you will actually see by space. So, hey, small, here are some layouts and recommended best configs, medium, huddle, etc. So
Marketplace?
that one.
Oh, right there.
That one.
Awesome. Thank you.
Okay, big lineup. So yes, sir.
Following up on the option of running both Teams and Skype for Business simultaneously on SRS V2,
Yes.
you have great documentation on how to get the room systems connected to Skype, but no documentation
I
on
heard
Teams.
that today. Yeah. So I heard that we suck in our Teams documentation. There's 2 settings. That's it. There's Teams enabled and Teams default.
And it doesn't work.
It works in our 2,500 rooms.
We're probably doing something wrong, but we'd like to
So
see the documentation.
let's talk about it. 2 things. 1, we have to make our documentation better. 2, as long as the account is Teams enabled, it should be just those 2 settings, which you can do in admin or on XML. So Greg, right there, is the guy you should talk to, and we will get you sorted out. But it should be very straightforward. Yes, sir.
What will be the sign-on experience for 3-pip phones and Teams?
It is exactly the same. So what the gateway does is this is maybe too much info, but the gateway dual homes. So let's say you have been moved to Teams. So you sign on to Teams on your PC. In 3-pip, you sign on with that same account exactly like you always have. In the background, we have an SFB account for every Teams account effectively in the cloud. The phone goes to SFB and then goes through a gateway for SIP or meetings.
Will there be any way to make that a little easier for users?
It is likely to stay exactly the way it is, pretty much. Yes, sir.
On the roadmap, you talked about H1 with dual screen for the room system.
That's in Q4. So we have dual screen right now for Skype for Business meetings. We have it coming very soon, and the reason you can believe me is because all of our executive rooms are dual screen, and they are becoming Teams enabled October 8th. I probably could give you the exact minute because we'll be monitoring closely. So the gap between October 8th and when we deliver dual screen will be as short as we can possibly do it. So we will have dual screen meetings for Teams very soon. We will make it better in H1. So we'll enable you to switch screens and have different layouts. And then in H1, H1 or Q4, we'll deliver dual content. That's H1. Q4? Q4. You heard Greg, Q4. We'll also deliver dual content.
Okay. Thank
you. All right, thank you. We'll go back there for one, and then I'll come back. Yes, sir.
I just had a question related to the vendors that have created their own client solutions on the devices. One of the features that we like about that is that we can do dual registration. So say in a country where we can't get a cloud number or provide a subtrunking number to be able to go to a local PBX.
Yeah.
But still use it as a Skype room system or Teams future. Do you see any possibility of that so on a Teams?
Well, so for Teams,
device.
Maybe I'm misunderstanding your question, but let me see if I could try it. For Teams, we have a thing called direct routing. Direct routing lets you bring any trunk for PSTN to Teams and use that and assign phone numbers to every room, and so, or any account, including rooms. So that's the solution in the Teams world for that.
Okay,
Is
so
that, would that answer your
I
question?
understand that, but if we're not there yet, sometimes we can get devices there quicker than we can provide, that entire solution.
I see. Well, so really the answer for us, for our room systems, if you want to bring your own trunk in the cloud, is direct routing. Yes, sir.
Is there a different way to license a room system versus
Oh, I'm so glad you asked. Can I tell them? Can I?
team room?
No? Are you giving me the no? Okay, stay tuned and get Angela's email. We are working on it. So today you have to assign an Office 365 license, E3 or E5. But hey, you don't use apps on room systems, so shouldn't you have a more affordable license that gives you all of E5 for room systems? I think you should. So angela.donahue@microsoft.com.
Thank you.
Oh, okay, sorry. Well, it's all of ours. All of ours work that way. Yeah. Yeah, we got 3 minutes, 1 or 2 more, and okay, back there.
Just real quick, that 3-pip gateway, is that available today?
Yes, that is live today. 3-pip phones work with Microsoft Teams calls and meetings.
Okay.
So that was quick.
Is there some documentation out there if I go out there and...
That's a great question. There sure should be. If you email me, ilya.bookstein, I'll get you the person that does that.
Thank you.
Do you have any plans on supporting multiple cameras on one room system?
Oh, that's a great question. Yes, we do. So we support multiple cameras today. We don't in Teams yet. We will. We will support that. And there's a couple of different ways we will support it. We'll support it both in the UX. Our OEM partners are doing some really innovative things too. Actually, I'll do one quick plug because I forgot to mention this. Logitech on their cameras at a very affordable price point are including auto framing. So what you didn't see is on this camera, it actually scans the room. And of course here it's going to go as wide as it can. But it'll auto frame in on the number of people in the room today. And then it'll soon send that count back to us so that we can publish that for you so you know how many people, the utilization. And that's on the meetup and on the rally. Crestron have that with their Hudley partnership. So our OEMs are doing very innovative things with cameras, and we will support multiple cameras as well.
Thank you.
Right, I think let's wrap.
All right, well, I don't want to leave these guys hanging. One more, 2 more.
It's quick. For the interrupt solutions, do they support both Skype and Teams?
Skype for Business, online and Teams, yes, sir. Okay. And last one, and then come on up if you have other questions. Last one.
So just quickly on the 3-pip gateway, with the end of TLS 1.0 coming, how long are we looking at planning to keep the 3-pip gateway into the future?
We are not commenting on that. We will keep operating it. We would love for you to experience new Teams phones as quickly as you can. So with that, Angela?
Okay, thank you. I think we've let you guys wait long enough and we've teased you enough about this. So thank you to all our partners, but a special thanks to Jabra, Logitech, Plantronics, and Sennheiser, who have generously provided some certified devices for our audience here.
Everybody gets a certified device.
There are limited quantities, but so...
Everybody who gets a voucher gets a certified device.
Please visit all our partner booths. They have all of the devices out there, so go try it out, go talk to them. Check out office.com/Teams devices. I think we've learned here today that you can have a great meeting. Friends don't let friends use uncertified devices, so please do that. We'll have some up in the front, and please, Sam's going to go out there. If you wait a moment and in an orderly fashion.
There's the guy going to the back with the vouchers. He will give them to the folks who scanned you in.
Thank you
Get
very
one
much.
voucher each on your way out. Please fill out eval forms. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your business.